Welcome back, Normal Heroes. We're going to get right into it this time. Our characters enter the Ilium. The great circle cut in the door lets out a...
I thought it was person-shaped.
No, it's a circle.
He said it was cutting out a person-shaped one.
I did not say that.
He said it was person-sized. Person-sized doorway.
That ruins my picture.
A feat that no other entity, except perhaps Potjack on Mythia, could perform. Harper has cut the faded adamantine door, holding the Ilium shut. And as you walk in, you almost hear the Ilium breathe. A room temperature, actually, breath of air that escapes in a continuous gust.
What do you close that door?
As you walk in, there is something of a rather Spartan entrance chamber. It appears to be somewhat messy. You look and see a number of pillars around the room with small magical crystals on them that are reflecting the light from the everlasting torches, spreading it through the entire chamber, which is about 40 feet by 40 feet. The floor is cold stone, and looks like it was all carved from one great rock. As you step inside, Harper takes a sniff. It smells stale, like no one's been here a while, he says.
It's not how it always smells. Out of game.
Not really. No. Definitely has a lived-in quality. It's not gigantic, and there's like 6 dudes that live in this place permanently.
Hey.
They also keep it pretty cleanly. Fayleen's gonna look over and like run her finger along, and like a bunch of dust is on the stone.
The guards usually tidy things up.
As you look, Harper is going to point. These traps, he says, pointing at the pillars with
Are
little
they?
crystals on them. You think they're just lights. You've never seen them be active in any kind of meaningful way.
Unfortunately, all I know is that they could be lights, but I've never seen this place active in a defensive stance.
Red, Yuffie? He nods forward, as though that was some kind of cue or something. Red's going to immediately like crouch down and like slowly make his way forward towards the lights.
Yuffie's gonna put her hood up and do the same.
Right. As you get towards the lights, neighbor, Red is going to immediately begin to like sort of run his fingers up along the pillar and check the sides of it for what seem to be buttons.
Yuffie will mimic what he's doing and check for any kind of traps. She's somewhat familiar with it, having hunted for loot.
All right, you're going to see like a little flash, and Red's going to pull his hand back. Damn thing shocked me, he says.
I'm going to pull out my eye thing and have a peek.
Sleight of hand.
Okay. $20.
There, you can see the crystal brighten slightly, and you're able to pull your hands back just in time before it gives you a little stinging shock. Juniper, you don't find any switches or anything like that on the pull down.
Oh, I'm looking.
I was talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Juniper,
Nothing indicating any kind of traps or anything either.
you think this is perhaps a malfunction rather than a trap. Juniper, you are going to see an overload of electricity running through this system, or magical power, I should say, not electricity. It's like a lightning-oriented evocation magic that's powering the station, and it seems to be, normally it kind of touches these pillars here, and then radiates to different parts of the prison, but it looks like it's in overdrive. Somebody has turned up the power and speed on the Ilium.
She relays that to the group.
You don't think they're gonna shock you unless you touch them, but they don't really present a great danger.
She is going to look around and see if there's anything else that is set off by her eye.
Can you describe the eye to me? The nature of its abilities?
I can use identify, detect evil and good, detect magic, detect poison and disease, detect thoughts, and I can also use it as a telescope and a microscope.
You're going to notice an overabundance of psionic energy in the area.
That's not good.
Like 150 people just passed through the area.
Like, there's like a bunch of people? Or like there's a
Bunch
strong
of
scion?
minds that just... Like 150 psychics just passed through the area.
Could it be like a very powerful psychic came through?
No, it's distinctly a bunch of psychics.
Where did my phone go? I need it. Has anybody seen my phone?
You just had it.
I have it. It's
As
right
you
here.
look about
Gabriel's
the
sitting
room,
on it.
the alarm grows. You are guessing maybe 400 or 500 psychics.
I would like to use detect good and evil, and I need to know the wording of
I
the
feel
spell.
like you're gonna detect something.
Hang on, I've got the spells up.
So do I. Alright, for the duration, you know if there is an aberrant, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me, as well as the creature where the creature is located. Similarly, if you know that there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Not
It
the
can
room.
penetrate most barriers. It is blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, or a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
There are no creatures of those sorts hiding in the room.
Okay. She goes, very strong psionics have happened here.
Psionics, Harper says.
Yes. She went the same place he did. It feels as though several hundred psychics just passed through here.
What?
Or possibly just very strong.
Harper's jaw is going to clench significantly, and he looks
What do you think this is?
grave. He says, I wonder if it couldn't be cranium rats. They're a favorite, familiar to the elders. Effectively illithid.
That's what I was wondering about when you mentioned psionics.
Yeah, that's where I went with it. And I was like, I don't like this feeling.
Yeah.
We should hurry.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do to protect ourselves from these kinds of attacks? If there's something that can utilize those powers in the area?
For there's some powerful magics that can counteract psychic abilities. The mind blank spell comes to mind, but it's level 8.
Yes, I don't have access to, well, I could, but it would only be useful for one person.
That's not particularly useful.
Here we go then.
He's going to turn and look at Isaac. Constructs don't have minds, Harper says. It might be a frontline defense against them.
Did he say cranium rats?
He did?
Okay. Just want to make sure I heard you right.
Is it well known what cranium rats are?
You have no idea what cranium rats are.
Okay, then she probably would say,
But you're going to see, like, Phaline and Red like, shiver.
what exactly can cranium rats do? What is a cranium rat?
Harper, looking gruff still, is going to say, So take a swarm of rats, right? And then expand their brains so that they're so large they break out of the top of their skulls. The more of them you put together, the more powerful psychic emanations you get, until they can use forceful blasts and telekinesis. They can communicate telepathically or fly. And then you put them in a swarm and have them stampede over bodies. A swarm of 400 or 500 would be pretty powerful.
How the hell would have cranium rats have gotten into the alien?
They would be brought here.
So something else came with them.
Yeah.
It would seem so. Out of game, was Harper's crew the ones that came after the escape? They were
After
the ones.
Ace's escape?
Yeah.
What?
In the very beginning, before we started, we heard that Ace had escaped the prison, or we discovered.
The very beginning.
And then somebody was sent to go check it out. Was it Harper's crew? I think it was.
I can't remember.
So it was not Harper's crew. It was a hero that the Crown sent.
And who was that?
Like a. I don't have somebody specific in mind, but like a middle grade mercenary hero.
And they heard back from him, right?
They did,
But
but
not
now
anything.
the idea that they might have been mind controlled or something of that sort. They haven't been seen since then, but the alien was moving, so it was assumed that they were went to another city or traveled somewhere else.
So it's possible this could date all the way back to the original escapes.
It's very possible. Harper's going to turn towards the group. All right, this presents an unfortunate possibility. This could be Zithrid, he says. You know, effectively the
Do you mean the
Joker
Mind
to
Flayers?
Harper's Batman. Zithrid is a specific Mind Flayer.
Okay. That's what I thought it was in my flavor.
Otherwise titled the Fate Weaver. His fate is that he can change the word of a person's fate. If this is a threat, the situation is much worse than I could have feared. He is extremely dangerous and very intelligent and cunning, and we will be expected. All I can say is, don't let your guard down at all. And don't take any loot, he says. You all know the story of how Harper looted the endless armor from one of Zithrid's hideouts and wound up killing his own family. You all pass through this entrance chamber and open up what appears to be a... so the door at the end of the hall does hold for a moment. And then Red is going to sort of slip his dagger in it and hold up and clicks against the door lock. And then he's going to flip it open. And then you guys count down, and then Harper's going to slide the door quickly open with his foot, and you all step in sort of as a unit.
Okay.
And you see before you what I have placed there. So there are immediately several cells, but they're unlike normal cells of a dungeon. Instead, they're almost like miniature, they're concrete structures with a portcullis-like door that extends from the ceiling and stabs into the floor, allowing you to see the occupant inside while still keeping the bars between you and them. You can almost immediately see no prisoners from the entrance that you're coming in from. And if the party could please pile in the room, I would appreciate it.
A lot of us.
It is. And I will turn this about so that Isaac can see what I have laid out here. Okay, so these guys right here, these are monks in prison cells.
Okay.
And you guys can't see them yet, but there are some bad guys. And then you guys are going to pile in right here in the entranceway.
Okay. So I think we're
I'm counting 7 months.
Red and I were.
So Shadow is in the wall right there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people in cells.
Oh. Okay.
These ones with the staffs are, when you do eventually see them, they are a specific type of monk. These 3 guys are a specific type of monk, and this is their leader.
Where's Harper's Cruise minis? Who else? Who?
Harper, Opt, Red.
Okay.
Do you have Failing?
I.
You have Failing right there.
Okay. Well, then failing probably. So Harper, I assume, came in first.
Yeah.
I know Red was close behind.
Yes.
Failing's probably up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Opt hanging out?
The back.
Yeah, that would make sense. I'm hoping that Walks No Road stays in the back.
Isaac,
plan.
where are you coming in? Behind Red?
Yeah, we're dungeoneering right now, and I trust Harper's leadership on that, so I'm going to be behind Harper and the rest of his crew.
All right,
I'll be
June.
behind you, if you please.
That would be in the wall.
Oh, then I guess I'm not in the room yet. I would like to be able to see, though.
Okay, you're in the doorway then. Where is Phalor?
Phalor's going to be right next to me.
Are you using Phalor, by the way?
Yeah,
Okay. Are you using anything else?
the homunculus,
The homunculus.
which I could get up there because it flies, so it just kind of flies up at us.
All right, there we go. Everybody's crowding in. I think that's everybody in the whole group. As soon as you
I feel
enter,
like she'd be behind me inside, but
you are going to hear,
okay. 'Cause, yeah.
and you are going to see 2 what look to be 2 spherical objects. They appear to be made out of metal, and they seem to be brimming with electricity. And you recognize them, Juniper, as the sentinels of this place. Powerful constructs that defend the Ilium against intruders. And they are going to immediately sort of hover into view, and there is a alarm that they spout. And initiative is rolled as they go to attack you.
Oh, goody.
So, here's how I want initiative to work with such a large group. I'm not going to keep track of initiative in the normal manner. Instead, everyone's
get
going to
down.
roll initiative, and
You have to get
if
down.
the highest person
No,
is a
not up.
character of the party, then you guys get to go first. And if the highest person who rolls is an enemy, the enemy gets to go first. And then from then on, we'll just enemy goes, party goes. Enemy goes, party goes, enemy goes, party goes. And you guys get to choose which party member goes where. Okay?
If I roll a 1 on initiative, am I allowed to re-roll that?
Yep,
Okay.
you are.
Okay, we're getting down.
I'm really glad I'm half.
No one to be too
Daniel, what are the D20s? What's representing the temple orbs?
Yes, they are.
You should do D8s.
What?
Oh my god!
You rolled double 1?
I rolled another 1.
Oh no, that's catching up with you.
I
You're
told
right.
you!
Oh no, I was wrong the whole time.
Hey, I made up for it. I crit on my initiative.
Oh, thank god.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did not.
9.
Okay. Isaac, what did you roll for initiative?
That would be 22.
22. That's the highest roll so far.
Considering. Yep.
Oh, underneath.
All right, Isaac has rolled the highest initiative. So, Isaac, you get to go first, and then an enemy will go, and then you guys get to choose a player to go,
Okay.
then an enemy, then a player, then an enemy, until we run out of one side, then everybody else on the other side goes.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you guys enter, the two spheres are going to whirl into existence from around the cells, and they begin to blare alarms. You're going to hear the electric crackle of another orb to your guys' left. And then you're also going to hear an immediate chorus of screeching and squealing of rats as what appear to be two swarms of cranium rats are also in the room, somewhere beyond the cells.
Cards.
All right, Isaac, you're first, sir.
Okay, so that's 3 orbs total.
3 orbs and 2 swarms of cranium rats.
And all the monks are still behind bars, right?
Yes, correct. They appear, though you cannot see them, you don't see any other people in the room right now from where you are, your vantage point.
Gotcha. Isaac's gonna take a risk, and is that blue orb within 30 feet?
Are you talking about this blue orb right here?
Yeah.
That blue orb is through a cell wall that you cannot see through. But if you are able, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, it's 40 feet away from you currently.
Okay.
Here they are. Can you hand me all my cards, please?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's going on here and why none of my spells are here.
So you would need to move up to here in order to blast this guy, or you can blast pretty distantly to these guys, but you can't see anybody else. The cranium rats are pretty well out of your direct ability to get to.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you not control that stuff because it's mechanics?
The orbs are fated entities. If he could touch them, he might be able to affect them.
They're fated.
They are fated entities. They are fated guardians of this place.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But they are constructs.
Okay.
Isaac blesses Euphemia, Harper, himself, and I'll go ahead and do June.
Thank you.
Sir, you have a pencil?
And then he's going to bonus action Shield of Faith on Euphemia. He does bless, and then he's going to walk down the hallway to the left, but he's not going to expose himself.
Okay.
Walk down the
He's
hallway
just
to the
gonna-
left. Do you want to move your whole
he's gonna-
distance?
Like this way? Or
He's going to get to, the end of the hallway, and then kind of, press himself up against that wall and kind
Here?
of move around the corner. Yeah.
Right here? Okay, that's 5 squares. Yeah, that's as far as you can move, I think. What?
I said Phalor's going to move with him.
What's Phalor's movement speed?
Let me double check. 30.
Okay, then he has moved as far as he can. He can actually dash, because he hasn't done an action yet, if you would like to use his vision to see around the corner.
Yeah, have him dash to the end and then peek around the corner.
Alright, he's going to move halfway out of the corner. You're going to see the swarm of cranium rats right here.
Okay.
And through these, you actually still can't see any of the prisoners yet at the moment. But
So
does
then-
Phalor want to stick, does he want to move out into the open or stay back behind the wall?
He's going to stay behind the wall.
Okay, got it.
And then Isaac's going to gesture to the party, hey, a bunch of rats are over here.
Alright.
That'll
It
be Isaac's
is
turn.
the bad guys. Alright, so you guys get to choose who goes next, and I get to choose who goes next, just until we're done.
okay.
So I believe that one of the orbs is going to go. So, this orb is going to go first. It is going to begin to spin, and you're going to see electricity begins to whirl around it. And as it does, it's going to rev up very fast. And Juniper, you are actually going to see it synthesize electricity into a pure form of like almost gravitational force. A very fated maneuver. And then it is going to blast that ability outwards towards Harper and try to hit him with it. It is going to hit Harper. Okay. Hits Harper and is going to blast him for 34 points of damage. He is struck, and it's like a bulldozer hits him on both sides.
What sort of damage is it?
It is force damage.
He can't cut it en route to him?
He is not fast enough in this case in order to get the damage before it catches him.
Damn.
All right. Harper's magical armor is going to block some of the damage actually for him. But he is struck pretty hard, but he's okay. And then you're going to watch as the orb is going to float and pass directly through the physical barrier of this cell into it. Just going to like phase inside.
Does that
And
protect it?
it gives it total cover from anywhere but the door.
Oh.
All right, and that is the end of its turn. Who wants to go next?
Rats. It should attack the rats. Why doesn't it? Who do you think we need to go next? So we got Harper, Faline, and Red, and...
I'll go next. June's gonna reach forward and give Harper haste.
Okay.
That's
Harper gets haste. Pretty good. Seems good.
I was
I
debating
guess.
between Yuffie and him, but I can't reach you, so.
Please give it to Harper.
All right. Harper is a fast boy. Do you move or use a bonus action?
No, I'm pretty content where I am, honestly. There's no way in hell I'm moving out.
Okay.
Although, actually, she's gonna shift to the side so that she's not gonna get attacked through the door.
All right, go ahead and move your character.
Well, she'll shift, I guess, right here, because I can't go where Shadow's big butt is.
Okay.
Are psionics resistant against, like, psychic attacks, or...
Or what?
Are psionics, like, are they resistant against psychic attacks?
Some of them do have resistance to psionic damage,
Okay.
but not all of them.
Okay.
All right. That was Juniper. It is now the bad guys. Okay. The red orb is going to flail out and okay. Yuffie. Even though you cannot see it, the orb has line of sight to you.
Damn it!
So you are going to feel the sudden, immediate crush of force damage as it slings out an attack towards you.
I assume it's able to detect and see me even though I have on my cloak and my hood is up.
These do not see through normal sight means nor hear at all.
Darn it.
Okay,
Darn,
the
I should've
creature
done this.
is going to... You are going to feel the pressure in the air change after just seeing what happened to Harper, and you are going to duck as these two, like, force punches slam into the air above you, and it dodges. You dodge it. And then the red orb is going to float into the cell here, passing through the barrier. That's its turn. Who's next?
I kind of want Harper to go while he's hasted.
Well, there is literally nobody we can hit at this moment, so go for it, Harper.
Okay. Harper is going to run up this hallway and then right there, adjacent to that orb. If you don't mind. He is going
Just stick 'em
to...
there.
He has 2 attacks. He brings out King Coldmane's blade and slices mightily. He uses a smite on his blade.
Go forth, replacement Roland.
He's going to use Searing Smite as a bonus action.
Sorry.
All right. The orb does not appear to have very good AC. It is actually struck both times. Okay. And Harper is going to do his damage. He's going to blow up a spell slot.
Does that collar dude, the one who can control cats, does it work on like cat-shaped constructs?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Harper's going to do 43 points of damage on the construct. He is going to tear with Colbane's blade into the side, rending off a huge metal chunk of the fated creature. It is going to sort of collapse for a moment in the air, sort of like almost shaking, before it sort of rights itself and puts the wounded part on top, and is going to start to spin again. It is unkilled.
Does it seem like, I mean...
That included his extra attack, right?
No, I forgot about his extra attack.
I was like, that seems relatively low for 3 attacks. Or, yeah, 3.
Oh my god. All right. So Harper's going to move up and...
After it rights itself.
So, as it rights itself, he is going to, like, sheath his sword and pull out, like, 2 daggers and just, like... And then the thing just, like, splits into 3 pieces and falls apart. Go ahead and remove it from the table. He just rolled 2 grits.
Jesus!
Yeah. All right. That's a Harper.
Go Harper, man!
It is bad guys. Swarm of cranium rats is going to go next to Harper.
I'm assuming the swarm of cranium rats is actually the eels.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Sorry, they're weird looking, but I'm doing
You know, they look all slimy and slithery, and I feel like that's... The vibe is appropriate.
Okay. The cranium rats are going to screech, and their eyes are going to start to glow a psionic blue, beguiling Harper. His mind is attempted to be captured by them as they cast Dominate Monster.
He's not a monster.
You mean dominate person?
Dominate Monster works on anybody. Dominate Monster is the better version of Dominate Person.
Oh!
Alright, Harper fortunately gets a plus charisma modifier bonus to all saving throws, and it's a wisdom save. So he actually has a plus 8.
Nice.
He has a big, nice saving throw.
It's almost as good as my int one. But your dex is probably off the charts.
It is.
So I don't want to hear it.
It is. It legit is.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Mm-hmm. It's like
Why
maxed.
am I rolling twice? Okay, he rolls a 12 and succeeds against the Dominate Person.
Good. Monster.
Dominate Monster.
Yeah, he would have sucked. I would have definitely dropped that, I would have dropped haste on him real fast.
Can you move the swarm adjacent to him as it goes to crawl all over his armor, like completely covering him in rats as they begin to bite viciously on him?
Warn Matt not to watch this around your mom.
All right. Fortunately, his armor is top of the line, best there is, magically enchanted, so they don't find any easy way in, and he's grabbing them, ripping them off, and hurling them as hard as he can against the floor. That's it for them. Not a very effective turn. You guys are up.
I was thinking about attacking that rat swarm over there, unless you had something else that you wanted
I
to
already
party
hasted, so I'm not allowed to do anything else.
No, I know you're not, but we have to decide as a party who's going to go, like, out of the
ahead.
whole group. Okay.
If you want, you could mount Shadow.
Shadow's also on the other side.
Right, but Shadow, if she moves to Shadow, Shadow still gets her whole movement.
Really?
Yeah.
How far can Shadow move?
40.
Ooh.
Shadow dashes, she can get you there.
I mean, technically, she was going to use her mage hands to throw Pearl's Lament at them instead of getting up close, but she could just attack, and that sounds good.
Okay.
Let's
So
try.
you are on Shadow, and Shadow moves you to the swarm.
Okay.
So you are just like on her base and at adjacency to the swarm.
Okay.
So you run up and leap up on Shadow, and she's like partly materialized out of the wall. And then she is going to like look at you, kind of surprised for a moment, and then like, and just sweeps off down the corridors like a serpent. And suddenly you rush forward and leap off with a dagger towards the cranium swarm.
All right. I'm gonna use my inspiration to roll with advantage.
Oops. All right. So what are you doing?
Attacking with Pearl's Lament.
All right.
Can I decide afterwards if I want to spend any? I can decide afterwards. It's been so long since I've attacked with Pearl's Lament at this point. I've like forgotten how she works for me. Okay. 22 plus bless.
Okay. You absolutely hit. Don't even roll the blast.
Okay.
They have an AC of 12.
26. Okay. In that case, so if we've got a hit, I'd like to use. I suppose there's no way to know if they're resistant to psychic damage in this case, is there?
There is no way.
There is no way. Can she use any other kind of damage besides psychic damage?
No.
Okay. And can she hit more than one if they're in a swarm?
So their hit points represents the entirety of the swarm.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So swarms take half damage from non-AoE attacks. Is the point.
Can she spend for like 2d6 additions? 4 points to do. So that would be 2. So 8d6 additional psychic damage.
Sure. That sounds awesome.
6 plus a d4.
So I do need you to keep the physical damage separate from the psychic damage, please.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's easy. It's a d4 plus 7.
Plus
so.
mod, yeah.
Okay. All right, so 8 physical and
Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
22 psychic.
Okay. All right. So as you rip into the swarm, they sort of almost leap at you. So like your knife is just a shish kebab of these disgusting.
That's horrible.
Big
I hate to
rats.
do that to Pearl's Lament.
You also, so the cranium rats are sort of hideous. Their brains are basically bursting through the top of their skulls.
So gross. Can she stab one in the brain?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
That's 100% happens. So these horrible rat creatures are crawling all over you, and your knife is like pinning them. But also, the psionic damage seems to be sort of sweep through their hive mind, causing a lot of them to just sort of like tremble and then fall over dead.
Cool.
They do not seem to be resistant at all to psychic damage.
Yay, that actually worked out.
But they are resistant. I apologize. They're not resistant to single target damage. They're resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Okay, gotcha.
And that is it for you. And also Shadow. Shadow has gone as well.
Thanks, Shadow.
All right, and it is bad guy. Cranium Rat 2 is going to attack. Cranium Rat 2 is going to use.
Yeah, this might turn out really bad, and I might get taken over and attack you all. So I'm sorry if that happens.
Cranium Rat 2 casts Confusion on Euphemia and Shadow. Both of you must make a Wisdom saving throw. DC 15, or be affected.
Okay.
Shadow succeeds.
Don't forget about your bless.
You're right. Thank you.
Okay. You are able to resist the effects as it attempts to fill your mind with fog. The rat's eyes sort of begin to glow blue towards you and try to force you into a chaotic mindset, but you resist. They're going to sweep forward and bite you. Um, 17 DAC?
Nope.
All right. Their bites are not enough. You are totally fine. All right. And that's it for them. They are going to stay there. They do not want to provoke away. And
No, they should move.
did you roll sneak attack against them?
I didn't know if I could. No, because I was Shadow. I was going to ask you that, and I kept thinking, like, can I do that? And then I told you I'm not.
All right. Well, it's too late. It is you guys. Party gets to go. So Isaac, Yuffie, Shadow, Harper, June have gone. So you got Hero, Opt, Walks,
Faylene.
Triss, Red, and Faylene.
What do you think, you all? Faylene to join in?
I would have pictured Johnny definitely following you.
Yeah, Johnny is going to dash after you.
I mean,
But she doesn't have to do that now.
she will do that, but
I was just saying, like, of things that will probably happen, I imagine that will be the case.
if we want to go in character, we can have her dash after me.
Excuse
I think Hero's going to move. I'm trying to think if nobody can really do anything at this point except for move. All right, so everybody's basically gone except for the people who are just going to move. So Faylene is going to dash that direction and rush 60 feet towards this cranium rat to kind of flank with Harper.
Okay. And this is, every one of these is
5 feet.
5. Okay. And she's going, how many?
I think she can just get there. Yeah, you should just move her.
Yeah, I
over
think
there.
she can.
Yeah.
If it's, yeah. She
And then Red is going to move. Yeah. I think he's going to move there and takes the dodge action.
Okay.
As a rogue himself.
Right here?
Yeah. So he's kind of got all options open. Opt is going to move in, ready in action to. He moves in the door basically, and takes an action to shoot at anything that comes in his line of sight.
Okay.
Johnny is going to run. She's going to dash basically behind Shadow over here.
Okay.
And Walks is going to stay next to his mama.
Good.
Hero moves in and moves over with Isaac 5 feet and takes the dodge action.
Okay. So in.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 25, and then one more up for 30. All right. First round is over.
Okay.
So nothing else seems to happen. The fight continues. So we are back to the top of the round, and it is Isaac. You get to go first, sir, or you can choose to have somebody else go.
Is Harper still covered in rats?
Yes, although the rat is I guess they are kind of in his space.
Are they all over his body or just at his face?
No, they're all over him, and they're kind of everywhere in the vicinity of like 10 feet around him.
Can I run adjacent to Harper?
I don't think you can make it adjacent. You're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet away from adjacency to the bad guy.
Okay.
And you're farther than that away from Harper.
Okay. Can Phalor make it adjacent to the rats?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yes.
Okay.
Is that this guy?
Phalor's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want him adjacent to the swarm?
Yeah, he's gonna move in
Like
adjacent to the
right
rats.
next to where, like here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
And he's gonna attack twice to try and like help him rip the rats off of his armor.
Okay. Go ahead and give me Phalor's attacks and damage. AC 12, so he's very unlikely to miss.
Okay, he hits both.
Cool.
15 damage total.
Is that slashing or necrotic?
Necrotic.
All right. They are not any kind of resistant to that. They take 15 points of damage.
Okay. And then Isaac is going to also... Can he get within line of sight?
Yes, he can of the rats, but not of Harper.
There's burning hands.
Okay. He'll get in line of sight of the rats. That's fine.
Okay. Go ahead and move
How
him
many?
to... Go ahead and move him,
How many feet?
yeah, like there-ish.
There-ish?
There you go. You're in line of sight 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 feet away from the rats. Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Got it.
And have the rats make a wisdom saving throw.
Rats make a wisdom save. They try. Oh, you feel a weakened wisdom in these rats. 13, does that make it?
No, it does not.
Okay, you succeed.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, they don't need to make a saving throw. I was reading the wrong spell.
Oh, okay.
Isaac's cloak suddenly, like, it begins to waver, and it shifts from his blue cloak to the shadowy, dark, evil cloak he got from the Forgotten Place.
Yeah, okay.
And he's gonna kind of like swing his arm and stick out his hand, and you're gonna see bolts of energy shoot out from his palm at the rats.
Oh, okay, you're Eldritch Blasting. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, what is that? That's 2 bolts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 bolts.
14 damage total. And if that doesn't kill any of them, the force of the blast is going to push them off of Harper. Since I have Repelling Blast on there.
All right, the rats are thinned slightly, but they are not yet significantly weakened. And the swarm is... Let me see... Okay, the blasts from the Eldritch Blast are going to push the swarm 2 squares over this way to be like there in the hallway. Just push them. There you go. Yep. Move him back about a half square towards Harper.
Does Harper get an OA from that?
There you go. No, force movement can't cause OAs.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
All right, don't forget to take the 4 damage or the damage for the.
Yeah.
All right. You feel a sort of sinister, alluring sensation from the cloak towards Isaac, and it looks pretty terrifying as these like pieces of the cloak's tatters sort of shave off and become these like dark bolts of energy that strike against the rats and like blow them backwards.
Super cool.
All right, and it is bad guys. So this gray orb is going to just like shed through the walls of the cells and come out right here.
Shoot.
And as it does, it is going to fire a bolt that is going to attack both Shadow and you.
Okay.
All right, it's going to miss Shadow and miss you, so don't worry about it. It is going to provoke one opportunity attack from Shadow to move back inside the cell. Like an asshole. Well, actually, you're riding. No, yeah, I guess you're technically still riding Shadow, so the AoE can either, the opportunity attack can either be from you or Shadow.
It's a fated item, right?
It is a fated construct, yes.
And fate's a living thing. Could she technically rip that out of it?
You can certainly try.
Why
You
not?
want to OA your hand?
Why not?
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
AC 14.
Oh yeah, definitely hits.
All right, and then what are you trying to take from it?
She's literally trying to grab the fate and rip it out.
Okay, I'm going to consider that its constitution because that's kind of its life.
That would make sense.
So your DC is 15. It will succeed.
Damn it.
So as you reach in and pull, there is a fortress-like power to its fate, and it's going to spin your hand, and it kind of rips your hand out as it does it, and then it's going to shave back into the wall and is gone like a ghost. All right. That is it for it. It is you guys. What do you want to do? Who's going?
All right. Do you want to go or?
Nope, not me.
Okay, that's fair.
Sorry, I'm attempting to figure out what freaking spell I'm going to use right now. Because it's been a long time and
No,
I have so many.
I mean, Sarah, I forgot to use sneak attack. It's a thing I always use because I forgot Shadow was right there.
So Isaac is gone. Harper, Yuffie, Shadow. Good people to go.
Can you let Harper go and then I'll go next?
Okay. Harper is going to still be hasted. He is going to move adjacent to the swarm of rats and strike out with his superpowered, super speedy attacks. All right. Okay. He is in good shape to do a lot of damage. Harper's attacks actually cannot be resisted, so the swarm gets no benefit against his blade because he can cut anything. Okay, he is not going to expend the spell slots this time to do the damage. All right, Harper does 75 points of damage. As he moves forward, he is going to draw out King Coldmane's blade, and he sort of sweeps along the ground and spins in this whirling arc. And as he does so, his blade is going to cut right at rat level and just makes this continuous slice directly through the midsections of all the rats, killing them.
So it's gone?
Yeah.
Good job.
So all the rats are sort of and then just slowly their upper half slides off their lower half.
Yes.
Super gross.
All right, he's going to look around and see his crew kind of around him and turn to face new threats. So he's moved, 2 squares?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to move 1, 2, 3 more squares back in this direction. He says, "Red, up over there," and points back in Euphemia's direction. All right, and that is it for him. It's bad guys. This is going to move out of the wall and shoot Red.
No.
Okay, it's going to hit Red, and it does 31 points of damage to him. So he's going to take 3 wounds, and is struck pretty heavily. And then the asshole is going to move across the way into this cell right here. As it does,
Dodge.
what'd you say?
I said, hadn't he prepared to dodge? Did you give him advantage?
Oh yeah.
Good call, sir.
Wow, it rolled so much better on the second roll. So it still hits him with the lower of the 2 rolls. But it's a good thing it didn't roll that 19 up front. It has a special ability when it rolls an 18, 19, or 20.
Did you say
like
19, 19, or 20?
18, 19, or 20. You doof. Which one of you guys has opt? Oh, I have opt. Okay, as soon as the creature moves out of its thing, opt is going to like and fire tons of arrows, 20 damage on the creature.
Go Opt.
It's going to be hit by a bunch of arrows, and like 99% of them are going to like hit it and fall off and like make little dents in it. And then one of them is going to stick into it at sort of an angle, like between 2 like scale-like sheets. And the creature doesn't really seem to react very much to the damage. It just seems to shrug it off and phase into the wall again. But the arrow is going to just sort of fall off it when it phases.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Lox's card does not take into account his magic.
It doesn't. He has Firebolt as a level 1 wizard basically, and Alter Self.
Okay.
Or not? Yeah, Alter Self.
Except his alter self is like.
He's tiny.
Yeah.
You can only make tiny creatures with it. Small and tiny creatures. Okay, that is it for that bad guy. It's you guys.
Okay. Yuffie or Shadow? Do you guys have a preference? I just want to have that swarm
Go for
die. Okay. Yuffie will go ahead and if she technically like tried to rip their minds out, would it like if she ripped out like mind, would it rip out their collective mind if it was successful, or?
No, your hand's pretty bad against these guys.
I kind of
It's
figured.
1 rat.
Yep. Okay. Then she's gonna attack with Pearl's Lament.
Okay.
Come on, you can do it. And right.
Bless.
Bless.
It's so blessed.
See, now you're punning.
That's good. You got it.
Yay!
Hit.
All right. And she's gonna also use sneak attack. Do I have to roll for sneak attack as well to hit?
No, just comes. The damage comes with
Okay.
it.
5 plus 54. That was pretty nice. Cool.
Nice.
So 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
27.
Plus 7. So
33.
34.
34.
30, isn't that 34?
34.
I wasn't counting, sorry.
14, 7 plus. Yeah, 34.
All right.
I know they're resistant to it, but still.
Okay, so that's 17 damage when it's halved. As you carve into more rats up ahead of you, it is a gross experience as their blood splatters all over you and some brains winds up getting on you as well. The dagger is a disgusting mess at this point, and the rats are squealing loudly in your ears. Furious, after your turn, the rats strike back. They are going to cast Dominate Monster on you.
Goody.
All right, I need you to roll a Wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
Does Bless apply to saving throws as
It
well?
does. Yes.
Okay. You know what?
We'll just cast this.
Get out of here. Shut up, meteor swarm.
That's your go-to. You know what? Let's just destroy the
Destroy the
Ilium.
Yeah.
Just die as well, because, you know, we don't need this.
What was it that I needed?
You need a DC 15.
15.
Hey, that bless.
With Bless,
saved
so
ya.
thank you.
All right. You were able to resist the Dominate Monster, and the creature is going to rush forward to bite. Ooh, a crit. And a 22 for the bite.
Can she use Uncanny Dodge? Or, I'm sorry, is it evasion?
Fortunately, you have
Okay.
lowered the swarm to lower than half hit points, which lowers its damage a little.
Yay. think I can use Uncanny Dodge to have the damage, though.
Okay, that's very good because it hurts. So as the swarm bites you, effectively its bites are similar to pearl. So the physical damage is not that much, but the psychic damage is horrible.
Okay.
So it does. These are halved because you uncanny dodged. So
you're
half
giving
of
me
this-
the halved ones, or you're giving me the full
I'll give
ones?
you the half.
Okay.
21 halved.
So 21 is the halved one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that. Yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry. It crit. So that was not halved. That was only one of the rolls.
Okay. So 21 and something else.
It's weird.
So it's going to be 30 total.
Okay.
It's halved. So it would have done 60 points with the crit.
I'm really glad that you could have made that.
And then the other hit hits you as well.
Oh, no. Are you
31.
okay?
She's still alive, but she's not doing great.
What do you have to?
So you said it was 31 and 30.
Yes.
So minus 61, so she has 5 left. She does have a potion.
The swarms leap upon you and rend at a screaming Euphemia as she is bit violently. Every bite seems to relive the most terrible moments of your life, which there are hundreds of. Thanks, your guys' turn.
I'll go.
All right.
I'm going to cast Kinetic Jaunt first,
Okay. Sick.
so that I can get to here. So I can peek around and throw a spell.
Kinetic Jaunt does what?
Kinetic Jaunt is a bonus action,
Okay.
which is important. It increases my movement speed by 10 feet, which makes me get there. It makes it so you don't provoke OAs. And you can move through the space of another creature that doesn't count as difficult terrain. If you end your turn in another creature's space, though, you are shunted to the last unoccupied space you occupied, and you take 1d8 force damage.
And is it concentration?
Oh, hell, Spawn, it is. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't do that.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that.
No problem.
Let me put myself back here. Curses. I didn't realize it lasted time. Actually, I mean, it's slightly better because it lasts.
I don't know about that. Concentration's kind of a double-edged sword.
It is, but it is nice that it actually goes on longer than just the one time, because I thought for a level 2 spell, that's a little much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. I've got Shadow there, and I'm
No.
probably going to take this potion, so.
Gotcha. Well,
Hey. No.
I guess I'll start that direction. So,
You dash.
10, 15, 20, 5.
Gabers. Stop.
Save your powerhouse for the thingamabobs.
Gabriel's making my dog bark even though I'm wearing headphones.
God darn it. Sorry.
I just
Okay.
think that's really funny.
Can I drag, can I go ahead and just move walks with me?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
All right, that was your turn. It's bad guys. I think every bad guy is gone. So,
Actually, she's going to be stepped forward, and he's going to be behind her.
all right, let me go ahead and finish out this round here. Isaac moved already. Phalor moved. Faline hasn't gone. Okay, Johnny is just gonna like wade into the rats
Of course she is.
and just start like whacking at him with her warhammer. How much damage does Johnny do?
She does 9 bludgeoning and plus 5 DPR in the first round of combat.
Okay, this is
What's
not
that?
the first round.
Whoops.
No, she wasn't able to get in melee range with anybody then.
Okay.
All right, she whacks several rats, but is inside the swarm. I think that's every. Oh, Kira.
What about Shadow?
Oh, yep, Shadow. Hero's like, where's everybody? All right, and then Shadow is gonna go. Okay, Shadow is going to whip out with his with her. Okay, I'm gonna let her use her breath weapon before Johnny comes in. As the breath weapon strikes out, it is going to obliterate the swarm in front of Shadow as the necrotic energies eat them.
Good job, Shadow.
All right. And then it is the top of the round. You guys get to go first. So, who's going?
Well, the things I was going to attack are gone, so
I think your best bet is either Euphemia Potion or have Harper haste to the door of one of these cells that the thing is in and cut it through the bars.
Let's do that one first.
I like that one.
Okay, you want to do that one first?
No, I think Yuffie needs to potion first.
So that if I get hit by something, I don't die.
Yes.
Okay, fair. Yuffie's gonna potion.
All right, you regain those hit points.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's the special potion too. I forgot about that.
8d4 plus 8.
Yeah.
I don't even have
Hang on.
8d4. Can you?
Hang on, I got you covered.
Thank you.
Here's
Right here.
3d4.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna use the dungeon dice.
And do you want to move at all?
8, you say? Want me to roll it?
8d4. Yes. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16. No, wait, hold on. Come on. Land. 19.
Plus 8.
27 hit points back.
27 back. That's better.
Nice.
All right. So 32. Yeah, she would actually. She'd like to slide. Let's see, 25 feet, slide 1, 2, 3, 4. Like up here.
Okay.
So directly in range of guys shooting at you through all the cells.
They can shoot at us through anything anywhere.
Well, yeah, but usually they don't, like, do they only shoot in straight lines?
No, they do not.
Okay.
And isn't this still like a cell here? So like it's not.
Yeah.
Well, if he
Red
shoots
guy.
at me right now, I get 2 other people in front of me.
Red guy's gonna move out and move adjacent to red and blast him.
The red one attacks red. That's original.
Get out of here. Okay, it's gonna hit red for another 3 points. Red is actually pretty low on hit points.
I think the red one
He
should
has
attack
2
the
left.
blue guy and then
What?
the purple.
2 wounds, which are like 10 hit points. So he has like 20 hit points left.
Oh, okay.
But he stays there actually. The creature does.
Because he knows he's dying.
All right, let's Harper.
Harper?
Harper. Go
Harper's going to
kill the
rush
guy
to
right
Red's aid and make his 1,000 attacks. And he's going to use a smite.
there. I feel like haste was well spent on
It
him.
was very well spent.
Oh my god, he's rolled like nothing but 19s.
Good
like
job,
it's actually
Harper.
insane.
Keep it up, buddy.
He does. Is that enough to kill it? Yeah. Okay, 58 points. He's gonna rush forward and he sort of spins around and like slides towards it, and then just like his blade just butters right through the creature and just splits it in 2. And they're gonna chonk down on the ground. So you can see that the creature adjacent to enemies was like charging up some kind of ability. Alright, and it's the bad guy.
Yeah, it's gonna attack me.
The bad guy's gonna move out and blast Jania.
Oh, I didn't even see that guy.
No, I'm worried about. I'd almost rather it attack me.
Alright, it is going to strike out. Okay, it will hit Jania. It does 2 wounds to Jania.
Okay.
Okay. She is struck, the creature remains there, and that is its turn. So, who wants to go? I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to kill this thing, but it does matter in what order you go.
I think I've already gone with movement, so it can't be me. Hero?
You moved last round, Sarah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
See, I have a really hard time keeping track of which
You could
happened
go.
when.
If you
Okay,
wanna
well
blast
then I'm
something.
gonna blast that, and then I'm gonna have little dude blast too.
You're gonna have walk. Oh, pew! All right, he's gonna like gargle a firebolt and then spit it towards it.
Oh, go walks.
He fires. Walks hits. 20, 10. 5 points.
Good job, Walks. Alright, I'm just going to Firebolt as well, actually. I mean,
Okay. He's like,
Seems effective.
he like looks over and your firebolt's like 3 times the size of his. He's like,
20?
20 hits. So June's like holds this blazing ball and throws it over Shadow's wing, and it sort of like screwballs into the creature,
Those are D12s.
and the fire like bursts upon it.
Awesome.
I think it's, what am I? Is it 2D12
2d10
now?
Yeah,
Okay.
2d10.
So, oh, that was,
Do you get the bonus for your evocation wizard? You
I
get
have an
the
evocation.
cantrip bonus, right?
oh yeah, but that's only for half things, right?
I don't know.
Pretty sure that's half damage. If
On a miss?
if I on a miss it takes
Half
instead
damage.
of if it's supposed to take half damage on a miss instead, or it doesn't take half damage on a miss, it instead does.
Oh, okay, got it.
So basically, okay, I get it.
So still does 5 damage. That's so pathetic. Hey God.
All right, excellent. Okay, who wants to go next?
Can Shadow go?
All right, Shadow is going to go. As soon as Shadow begins her turn, the creature actually has been like charging up. If you begin a turn in melee range to the creature, it gets to strike you.
Oh, goody.
It's going to hit Shadow for a successful strike and does 32 points of damage to Shadow.
Thanks.
All right. Shadow is going to slice out with her claws at the creature. She does a claw bite. Okay. One of the claws misses, but otherwise she hits. 22 points from Shadow. The sphere. All right, the sphere is taking damage. I think your best bets are probably Faline and Euphemia to go and strike at the creature.
I already went this round. I took a potion and moved.
Right. Okay, so Faline will go ahead and go. Can you move her in that square right there to hit?
Oh, there she is. What square?
Right there.
Wait. Oh, there she is. I see. Okay.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
And
It's not over there.
who has Faline's card?
I do.
Okay. How much damage does she do?
Give me a second,
I
please.
believe it's 20 something. But... Or she could use one of her badass points if she wants to do more damage.
I love that she has badass points.
Spalian is going to pop a badass point to do more damage.
Okay, so as she runs forward, she's going to say, Shadow, wing! Shadow's going to like look over and drop her wing, and Phaline's going to run up the wing bone, up onto the top, and then like spiral over the creature with this like sideways flip, land on the other side, and then jam her blade into the construct. How much damage does she do?
30.
30?
Well,
Okay.
it's a pity there weren't the cranium rats. She do a lot of damage. She does damage
yeah,
to
that's
the
right.
adjacent ones as well.
Oh.
So as she spins over, she's going to like shoot her swords down into the thing and then like fall, ripping a huge tear in the creature, and it's going to fall dead.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, if I'm assuming it does, but it would need to make a con save.
Okay. And that is the fight. As we go to close out this session, I will go ahead and finish up with this.
Something horrible's gonna happen.
What? Why would you say that?
That's a guarantee. He's about to read something really catastrophically bad.
Even as the party destroys the final fated construct, the final defender of his prison, they are unknowingly being watched. From the top of the prison, Zithrid, the Fate Weaver, superior elder, looks on at light-scribed visions of the heroes several floors below him and clicks his beak together in frustration. He might have expected Harper's crew, or another lesser group of heroes, but the forces arrayed against him were more than he could have bargained for. Already he had heard rumors of these fated questers and their vow to fix fate. He cared nothing for their journey, nor the import of their quest. He only cared that they had apparently fought several notable forces of Mythia and beaten them all. Now that singularly formidable group was joined with his arch nemesis. He had plotted for something within his ability. With either group, he could have used several prisoners in his creations to have a fair shot at thwarting them. But as he had seen, they dispatched the powerful defenses of the prison with relative ease. So he knew his plans were moot. He looked over at his experiment, a pulsating fetus, feeding on all the fated and psionic energies containing within this place. At least it could survive outside of its umbral sac now. But it was unready for this level of challenge. He knew he must abandon the prison post-haste. He would sacrifice what he had hoped would become a fortress from which to assault Mythia so soon into his plan. Only a week ago, he had realized the weakening fate of the prison might allow access to one such as him, with his ability to manipulate fate itself. Once inside, he had managed to slowly overpower the guards within and gain complete control of the Ilium. It had taken several more days to restore order and begin his experiment. He was furious. He demanded a cost be paid for his retreat. He would not give them this prison intact nor in order. Zithrid moved about the control room, breaking several levers with his psionic might and making preparations with his tentacles. After a minute or two, he was done, all except to press a large and important button which his hand hovered over. Zithrid was not a creature to be afraid, but he had not had time to scrutinize all the prisoners here, and he knew from the dreaming of his experiment that something especially terrible slumbered deep in the bowels of the prison. What might this move unleash onto the world? Ultimately, it was his pride that made the decision. He was Elder, the greatest and most clever of creatures on this whole world. Whatever he unleashed would fall before the might of his people soon enough. He pressed the button and wrapped his creation in a psionic shield for transport. Goodbye, Harper. Goodbye, heroes. He was pleased, at least, that he would never see any of these wretched creatures again. And we will end the session there for the time being, noble heroes. Thank you for joining us for this exciting chapter in Mythia. We ask you to please give us a like and subscribe. And remember, do try this at home.